to get the money and the power. Yeah. You been blaming me? You ain't got no reason to blame me.
Good morning! Good morning!
Blame stands for been lying and making excuses.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
All I talk is politics like a politician. I got 20s on 20s, can you see my vision? With precision, I'm forward.
Right.
Can't be trapped by love, cause to me, that's a prison. I know you say you love me, but we both know our future is already written. Plain and simple, build up your brand. Can stop until I'm finished, I hope you understand.
Here we go,
I
hey!
can't be there all the time, I know you think I'm shady. I'm just out here making money, why you trying to blame me?
Hey.
Now you wanna throw a fit and drive me crazy. We supposed to be together, now you wanna blame me. Either way I go, I know you understand my grammar. I'ma keep on taking pictures in front of the camera.
Let's
And
go.
when it's all said and done, we gon' be together. Why you keep on blaming
What's
me?
good?
I'm doing better.
Good morning!
Cause I'm doing better.
Can you tell the round of applause? So lovely to see all of you. Good morning, Gina.
I'm doing better.
Jeannie, good morning.
Cause I'm doing better. I can't believe you wanna bring to me all the stress. Once upon a time we was
Oh yes, we got a packed show today.
Whenever you alone, I'm the one you phone. Everything was good until you got your
That's
own.
right.
I'm not gonna be a player hater, I'm a congratulator. Now let me get
Happy
to it.
Thursday.
And I'ma keep flossing and crossing my T's, dotting all in my eyes.
Share the live. Yes. Send it to all your Trump supporting friends. Yes.
Making money, why you trying to blame me? Now you wanna throw a fit and drive me crazy. We supposed to be together, but you wanna
Good
blame me.
morning.
The way it go, I know you understand my
Am I
grammar.
crazy?
I'ma keep
Come on.
taking
Am I
pictures
really
in front of the
crazy?
cameras. And when it's all said and done, we gon' be together.
I'm honest. Come on, you know that.
Doing better. Yeah.
All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is. Southern Delight. Good morning. Oh my gosh, the spirit is flowing.
Stuck in time. It's like deja vu. It's like a curse.
It's like a curse, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
can't escape it.
It's deja vu all over again. Cut it out, attacking.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator.
Welcome, Little Hawk.
I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you rich and famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. Yeah, I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. Yeah, I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't give replies if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it.
Hey, with your
Got a
chest.
lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
Let's go.
Call me a master with a new wing.
Yes. Hey.
I'ma take off in a spaceship.
Let's
I'll tell you
go.
what, I haven't gone into Cecil's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical. It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
I love it. I tell you, it never gets old.
Cause we feeling like a soldier. It's like deja vu.
Let's go.
Deja vu when I'm running up the racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming. I'll be back. It's deja vu when
Greg,
I'm
it's nice to
flying
see ya.
first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. It's return of the Mac. They say I'm off the rails. I can't wait for you. I get it for myself. So many places to be. I got plenty. Act like you've been here before.
When you start trending, let's go.
Don't mistake me for a lame or a goofy.
Don't do it.
Rockstar life is like a movie. Hollywood, Hollywood,
Where you be at? I remember when I used to drive a Fiat. Let's go.
now they looking for me like a Ray X. That's a conspiracy how I keep on getting checks.
Let's go.
This money keep on falling like it's dominoes. Special
Good
delivery,
morning.
and I got a lot of love. Feeling like I've been here before. Deja vu is hitting me to the core. Memories flashing back once more. I'm feeling like I'm living in a metaphor. Yeah, it's deja vu.
It's deja vu, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's deja deja vu, I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's deja vu, I can't escape this rhyme. It's deja vu, it's a never-ending climb.
Let's go.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Won't you give yourselves a round of applause because you made it back to the Thunderdome once again. Good morning, Toy, the beautiful Toy. Nice to see you. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could have been anywhere this morning, but you chose to be here. Andy, Yazzie, attacking all of you. April, I don't know, Little Hawk, Heaven, Greg, all of you. Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. I know. Sometimes it takes a little long to get the live started. Ooh, my allergies must be getting to me. But the show must go on. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what this is, right? What do I got to do? Let's get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. One, you know who I am, Triple H, or as some say, Zeus. Now, why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's simple. The first H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm the most honest person out here on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. I need a little more thunderstrike than that. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am the most humble person out here. If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. What? I'm 5 minutes late? I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'll work an extra 10 minutes just to give you that time back and apologize. That's how humble I am. And the last H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am the most handsome. Good morning, Shay. Good morning, Diva. Nice to see you. Yes, thank you for the follows. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for the subscriptions. All of that does go to support a good cause, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. We don't got much time to waste. You know I got to do my 30 minutes at least to get through the topics, and then I'm going to open up these boxes, all right? So let's dive straight into this. Yes, and I hope you saw this. Trump protected his tax returns more than he protected American nuclear secrets. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of shame in the Republican Party to talk about. Shame! Where's my hammer? Transparency, Trump supporters, okay? I got to make sure I say this one last thing before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's show. Trump supporters! Here is your chance to exit stage left, okay? Because this live, ladies and gentlemen, is probably one of the most critical lives of the Republican Party and Donald J. Trump that ever existed in the world. This is one of the most critical lives. And, you know, I'm going to give you the opportunity to exit stage left right now. Now is your chance to leave. If you're not a free thinker, if you love MAGA and you are afraid of facts and truth, this probably is going to be the worst 1.5 hours of your day. So here's your chance to leave, right? But get this, you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
Retreat!
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Free to leave. Don't send me any of these crazy messages and ask me to look at some of this ridiculous stuff that you've been filling your head with as if I can explain the inexplainable, as if I can defend the indefensible. You keep that to yourself. You come in this live, just talk facts. I'm I'm just saying, I got to do what I got to do, okay? Listen, you're more than welcome to stay, though, but, I just ask that you really, keep an open heart and an open mind and listen to some of the information that's being shared, because this is to help you, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get into the day's meat and potatoes. Now, what has been brought to my attention about these audio tapes, ladies and gentlemen, is there's two differences in terms of how you have to, how can I describe this? The indictment, which quotes what was being said in the audio tape where Trump is talking about those classified documents, left out some critical information. And I want to make sure we are all on the same page, because this is a way you can kind of get into the mind of, our favorite friend. Who is he?
Jack Smith.
Yeah. So let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. In the indictment, okay, let's see. Where do I want to go right here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, you know what? Now, in the indictment, those words in red, but this is classified, is left out, right? So you got to listen closely. Let's see if I can get it queued up. And make sure you all see that this is the part in red is what Jack Smith left out. And you gotta understand why he did it, okay? So let's hit play.
Probably right.
We'll have to see. We'll have to try to
Declassified.
figure out
As president, I could have declassified.
Yeah.
Now I can't. But this is.
now we have a problem.
Is that interesting?
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Let's hear that again, ladies and gentlemen. The part in red was left out of the indictment. And there was a very pointed reason why Jack Smith may have done this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me hit play once again. I know it's muffled, so it was hard to hear. And they say that's probably why Jack Smith left it out. But I want you to hear it, because if this piece is really as it says it is, this only is more evidence that Donald J. Trump knew those classified documents. Those documents were classified.
Probably right.
We'll have to see. We'll have to try to
Declassified.
figure out
As president, I could have declassified. Now I can't. But this is.
now we have a problem.
But this is classified. See, ladies and gentlemen, and now according to these sources, they say that if Donald J. Trump said this is still a secret, he may have had some wiggle room, or he would have had some wiggle room on denying it, okay? But if he said that this was classified, all of that goes out the window. It is Donald J. Trump admitting that he had something that was classified in his hand at that moment and was showing it to people. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give Jack Smith a round of applause, because Jack Smith did an excellent job making sure he let Donald Trump know, I'm on to everything you're doing. Let's give Jack Smith a round of applause. You know how we do it. Wait a second.
Jack Smith.
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump. He's deranged. They'll do anything they can. He's deranged. He's Trump. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Let's go!
He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump. Donald Trump is indicted and they take anything they one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. He's a harasser and an abuser.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jack Smith. All right. Thank you for putting those Jack Smith pictures in the comments. I appreciate it. All right, so let's move on to our next topic. This is right in line with what Jack Smith is doing. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what this is. Did the Supreme Court just give Jack Smith the green light to charge Donald J. Trump for January 6th? Don't boo me. Don't boo me. Would you rather me lie? Would you rather me lie? Thank you, Elijah. Did they just give give Jack Smith an alley-oop, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, you be the judge of this, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, in recent days, the Supreme Court, you know who they are, okay? You know what the Supreme Court does. In a decision in Moore versus Harper, had rejected the independent state legislator theory, which could give special counsel Jack Smith a free hand to bring charges. Including possibly against former President Donald Trump in respect to his effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election. By a 6-3 vote, the High Court held that notwithstanding the Constitution's election clause, the national parchment, quote, does not exempt state legislators from the ordinary constraints imposed by state law. Meaning that state lawmakers are bound by the state constitution and the judges who interpret them. Listen up, Trump supporters. You know, when I started to realize this is why Rudy Giuliani, this is why he decided to go ahead and turn it in to Jack Smith. Because all legal paths to try to get out of this, they've been closed. They've been shut. There's not a thing legally Rudy Giuliani can do to get out of all of this stuff that him and his leader have gotten them in the Republican Party into. So now you can understand very clearly, Trump supporters, this is why Rudy Giuliani is singing like a canary in the coal mine to our friend Jack Smith. Let's go on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give you a little bit more of this. Judge Ludwig told Anderson Cooper that the independent state legislator theory was the centerpiece of that effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election, which Attorney General Merrick Garland charged Jack Smith with investigating alongside the latter's separate probe into those classified documents. He added, listen to this, Trump supporters, if I were Jack Smith or the Attorney General of the United States, I would have needed today's decision in order to proceed with charges against the former president and his allies and compatriots. On Twitter, he went on to say that this decision is the single most important constitutional case for American democracy since the nation's founding almost 250 years ago. Now that we've got this as what we're going to call settled law, okay, Trump supporters, now that this is settled law, let's go ahead and applaud the Supreme Court. I mean, they've been doing a lot of crazy things lately, but let's give the Supreme Court a round of applause and Jack Smith for getting this one right. Donald Trump, listen to what I'm saying. Your days are numbered and your goose is cooked. And Trump supporters, do me a huge favor. Get those knee pads and those elbow pads ready, okay? Because believe it or not, Jack Smith is coming. They don't like me because I tell the truth. Well, guess what? I'd rather tell the truth and be realer than you than to be out here believing lies. And they say Zeus is a Democrat operative. He's getting paid by the DNC. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. No strings attached. I am not a hand puppet. I am doing this out of the kindness of my heart. Because, you know, where's my notes at? Sorry, April, but I got to always go back to this. When they ask me, Zeus, why do you and your friends keep talking about all of this Donald Trump stuff? You got TDS. Because I got to take away this one big excuse that folks on the right, especially Trump supporters, like to use. And they say things like this: I can't keep up with the truth because we're so busy and there's a lot of different things going on. So I didn't know that. This is one of their favorite excuses. So why I do what I do on TikTok is because I know where they're at. They're on TikTok. They're all over social media. And I want to make sure that when they meet their maker, when they get to heaven, they get to those pearly gates, and they go to and the good Lord is telling them, you're not going to get in. You're not getting in because you did too much. They're going to say, well, I didn't know. The good Lord's going to say, Weren't you in one of Zeus's lives or in the lives of one of his friends? And didn't you hear them speak the truth? You knew better, but you chose to do evil. Listen, I know folks are mad at me right now, but somebody has to tell this truth, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be me. Now, I'm going to switch gears a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, and let's talk. They always talk about the Biden crime family. You know this guy, ladies and gentlemen. He goes by the name of James Comer. Does anyone know who James Comer is? For those of you who don't know who James Comer is, he's Pinky, okay? Because between him and Jim Jordan, there's Pinky and the Brain, right? Let me see if I got their theme song.
Gee, babe, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Here we go.
Try to take over the world.
Here we go.
The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the
We got that dirt.
One is a genius, the other
We got Biden.
The laboratory mice.
Oh, we know we got Biden today.
The Pinky and the Brain.
We got Biden.
Brain. Before each night is done, your plan will be unfurled by the dawning of the sun. You'll take over the world.
Biden, we're coming for you, President Biden.
The brain, the twilight campaign is easy to explain.
Oh, we got him.
See where
We got him.
overthrow the enemy. The Pinky and the Brain.
We got Biden today, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, Snuggles, why do they call him Jim? I thought his name was James Comer, but they call him Jim Comer. Snuggles, please go add that to your list of things to research, okay? Because I can't wrap my mind around it. Is his name James Comer or is it Jim?
Congressman James Comer joining us here on Cats and Cosby.
From Kentucky.
Thrilled to have you.
state.
Listen to this.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Here we go.
You know what? Boy, there is so much to talk with you about. Let's get right to it.
We got that dirt.
Where are you in the investigation into Hunter Biden and, of course, his father?
Well, we've been very transparent with the American people about the bank records that we found. We found 19 shell companies that the Bidens had. The sole purpose of those shell companies appeared to be to launder money from foreign nationals to at least 9 different Biden family members.
Oh.
Now, in the last 5 days, we've gotten more bank statements in from more banks.
More bank
we had
statements.
access to the suspicious activity reports at Treasury. We found more bank accounts, more shell companies, and more Bidens. So we're going to
More
continue to
Bidens.
pour through these bank statements and work to try to determine how much money the Bidens took and what role Joe Biden played in all of this.
How much of a maze is it, Congressman James Comer? Because we've been hearing all these different shell companies. How many different banks, how many companies have you discovered? How much of a puzzle
We got
is
that
it?
dirt.
It's a huge puzzle. This was organized crime. There's no other way to define it. This was organized crime, and what they did, and you saw it in the FBI Form 1023, where the Ukrainian oligarch said that no one would ever be able to figure out all these wires they were sending to Biden because they were using so many different banks and shell companies. This was something that I would say is going to top out around 30 to 40 different banks and about that many different shell companies. So this is an organized attempt by the Biden family to hide the source of money flowing into these shell companies and to distract from the IRS.
Get to
so
the
they wouldn't have
dirt.
to pay taxes on it. And that's exactly what the IRS whistleblowers alleged in the transcribed interview with the Ways and Means Committee that the Biden family never paid money on any of these wires that came into these shell companies.
Congressman, I'm not worried about the wires. I'm not worried.
We're not worried about that.
What I'm worried about is, what's going on in our country.
Right.
Is some of the favors they got in cash, are they paying it back in some way?
I fear that they are, and that's what we're looking at. We have 6 specific policy decisions, 4 of which were made while Joe Biden was president early on, that we can't come to any other conclusion as to why these decisions were made other than the fact that this president is compromised. This family's taken too much money from the Chinese Communist Party not to completely join the majority of Americans in trying to oppose the Chinese Communist Party's attempt to take over certain industries in America. So we're going to continue to be transparent with the American people about what we found with respect to potential wrongdoing by this administration through the fact that they're compromised.
That's what I'm...
Potential wrongdoing? Jim or James, whatever you go by. Shame on you. But you know what? You know what? They get mad at me because I get out here and I tell you the truth, that there's still no dirt on President Biden. Not one time did he bring up Hunter Biden's laptop. Not one time did he actually say what crimes Biden broke. All he does is speculate on some sort of bank statements, he said. Bank statements and potential violations. So for that, ladies and gentlemen, to the Trump supporters, once again, I'm going to have to tell you, cut it out. Pinky and the brain will once again have to get back in their cage and try again. You have no dirt on President Biden. But there is something that I also, now this is, ladies and gentlemen, this definitely is something that is of utmost concern to me. And since we're talking about people, that are abusing their powers while in office, I am hoping that while the Trump supporters that I know are still here, I'm hoping somebody can help explain this. So yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Christie, he actually had something to say about President Trump and Jared Kushner and his family and some of the crimes. I'm going to call it the Trump crime family. Listen to what listen to what Chris Christie had to say about the Trump crime family, because we heard Jim Comer's side of supposedly the Bidens, right? We heard what he said the Bidens did, but would we like to hear what the Trump crime family did according to Chris Christie, who's actually running to be president of the Republican Party? Listen up.
Let's remember something. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire, self-professed billionaire. Why can't he use his own money to pay his personal legal fees and not use money coming from the public? It's disgraceful. And it's a continued grift. And look, the Trump family has been involved in grifting for quite some time. He was doing this in terms of the people who got paid out of this PAC before, whether it was Kimberly Guilfoyle or other members of the family.
Wow.
Jared Kushner, 6 months after he leaves the White House, gets $2 billion from the Saudi sovereign wealth fund. When Donald Trump had put him in a position to be in the Middle East, what was Jared Kushner doing in the Middle East? We had Rex Tillerson and Mike Pompeo as secretaries of state. We didn't need Jared Kushner. He was put there to make those relationships, and then he cashed in on those relationships when he left the office. So what Donald Trump's doing now is just a continuation of what he's permitted his family to do over the entire course of his time as president.
Why do you think he's not using his own money to pay for his legal fees?
Because he's the cheapest person I've ever met in my life. That's why. And what he's very good at, Caitlin, is spending other people's money. And if you look at his history in New Jersey,
and you think he's misleading his voters, his supporters by...
I think those supporters, write a check to Trump for president they think they're paying for campaign expenses,
right?
Not for personal legal expenses. What happened to him, let's say with the documents case, had nothing to do with a campaign at all. It's a personal fault of his, mistakes he made that he's now being held to account for and has to pay lawyers to defend him.
Did you hear that, Trump supporters? Did you hear what this wasn't a Democrat. This is another Republican saying this. See, when you bring up the other guy, Pinky, he's crossing party lines to try to accuse Biden. This is within your own party. Chris Christie is telling you need to look into the Trump crime family. They're taking your money. They're taking your money and using it for their own personal greed, their own personal gain. You thought you were sending Donald Trump money to help him win? No, you're helping him order more Cokes. You're helping him hang out with Stormy Daniels. You're helping him eat at all these fancy little restaurants. He's not using this money that you're sending him like he should be. You're helping him with his legal defense. And if you got any questions about President Biden making some money, you got bank accounts, please explain why Jared Kushner made that $2 billion, okay? Please, because it doesn't make sense to us over here on the left side, and it doesn't even make sense to Chris Christie, who's within your own party. I don't want to hear another thing about President Biden ever again. Now, I know some of you are in the crowd right now. They're upset. They're upset because they didn't know how I set them up. I had them all worked up. Oh, we're excited. Jim Comer. Then I brought in Chris Christie to just shut it up. Right? But you don't got to stay here. Listen, don't be out there making my friends in the comment section upset. If you are not happy in this live, do as your leader said.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
right.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yep.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All forms of lies and misinformation will not be tolerated in this kingdom. Nope, not going to do it. And that's because we understand what's at stake. Our democracy is at stake. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I open up these boxes, there's one last thing to bring up. It's one of my favorite things to do, which is when we get to talk about those folks who attacked our Capitol on January 6th, who love to call themselves patriots. You know what my position is on this, right? You don't take those American-made boots, those American Chevy Ford pickup trucks. You don't take any of those things, partner, straighten up out there, you know who I'm talking to, and use those things to attack our United States government. Shame on you. You take that over there to Vladimir Putin. You take that over there to Kim Jong-un over there in North Korea. And you take that over there to President Xi. President Trump, former President Trump, had the audacity to be over there on CNN, Fox News, bragging, I had chocolate cake with President Xi. Knowing good and well what he did. He led an insurrection against our United States government, and folks have been going to jail for it ever since. So, along those lines, I choose to make sure I point out these moments when real people get caught for following Donald Trump. So, ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention to the headline above. A January 6th suspect who posted photos of himself on the Capitol grounds to Facebook has been arrested. Yeah, because see, they brag on TikTok. I was there, Zeus. I was there on January 6th. Go ahead, put a picture of yourself up there. I guarantee the FBI and the DOJ will give you a lot of views once you put that picture up. Just put it up on Facebook, right? Don't do it on TikTok. You know, because TikTok is Chinese owned, right? A man accused of storming the Capitol during the January 6, 2021 insurrection was arrested Wednesday, the Department of Justice said in a news release. Michael Asbury, 43, of Knoxville, Tennessee, was arrested. Let me see. Do I have it right here? Okay, yeah. Was arrested and charged with obstruction of law enforcement during civil disorder, a felony, and entering or remaining on restricted grounds without lawful authority to do so, disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, and disorderly conduct in a Capitol building. All misdemeanors. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to make sure you know this is a good example of law and order being applied. Thank you for those gifts. This is a great example of law and order, but unfortunately, we must dispose of anybody that does engage in anything like this accordingly. Get them out of here! All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, let's go! Wow, I mean, you know, if you're still here and you're a Trump supporter, I must say, I'm definitely impressed because, you know, you stayed. You got your daily dose of truth from Zeus. And now I know that's in your mind. It's in your cerebral cortex, okay? But to my friends on the right, I want to challenge you to do something, all right? You know, I create one of the most inclusive, I would say educational and entertaining experiences out here on TikTok. I'm going to encourage you to let's stop all the back and forth bickering and let's get down to the meat and potatoes. All right, please do Zeus a huge favor. Please start addressing some of these things that I'm covering, okay? Because I'm doing this also to help you, you know, do better on your end. Can you please explain why Jared Kushner took that $2 billion? I would love to go into your live, all right, and hear you having a real serious conversation because it does not make sense. If it helps, imagine it's Hunter Biden that did it. Do the research, okay? And last but not least, to these folks out here who love to call themselves Christians, okay? I'm going to say it again. Make sure you come to the live with scripture. As a matter of fact, and there's a question out there. I can't get any of them to answer. There's a question out there. I can't get any of them to answer. Hold on one second. And this is it right here. Let me make sure I got it. Let me make sure I got the question. Okay, hold on. You know what? Maybe I don't have it. You're right. I don't have it. You got off easy today, folks. All right, let's open up these boxes and let's start hearing from the guests. Goodness gracious. All right, let's start off. I see you.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning.
So I want to talk about really quickly the FBI. No, excuse
What do
me,
you got
the
for us?
IRS, not the FBI. I got three wrong letters. Isn't it funny when you brought up the interview with Comer, and what is the one thing he accused, quote unquote, the Biden family of doing?
Taking money from foreign governments.
Did you pick that up when you were playing that tape?
Can you hear me? Nutty, are you there? Nutty, where did you go? Hold on, I gotta pause the clock. Nutty Professor, where are you? Are you on that MAGA Wi-Fi? Going once? Going twice. I lost connection. Oh. Nutty, get off of that MAGA Wi-Fi. Get off of that MAGA Wi-Fi. And thank you for that subscription. I saw it. I appreciate it. It's going to a good cause. Oh, you got the Struggles Wi-Fi.
Right. I had the Struggles Wi-Fi. So very quickly, so he talked. So in the Comer tape that you played, he talked about how there's 40 different shell companies, blah blah blah, and they were just they're hiding this money from the IRS, right? So he's accusing him of tax evasion, something that we know Trump did, right? So isn't it funny how they want to use the IRS right now when it comes to the Biden crime family, but yet they voted to take the money away from adding more IRS agents, which the IRS agents that was going to be added would go after criminals just like they're accusing the Biden family of being. Isn't that ironic?
Right. Hypocrites.
So back in the early 2000s, an artist by the name of Alanis Morissette, she put out a song as ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? That's going to be the theme song for the Republican Party, because everything that they say is ironic, and it tells on themselves. It tells on themselves. So if they're accusing the Democrats of something, that means we just got to go right around the corner and we can find guilty when it comes to the Republican Party. Because every time they blame the Democrats for something, we don't ever get convictions. But when we flip the script and look at the Republicans, guess what? We get indictments.
Yep, exactly.
We get docket numbers because they're in court.
They don't have any. I was waiting for. Is his name Jim or is it James? Which one is it?
I respect Mount Olympus. And I got to respect the rules, so I can't answer that question because I can't answer it without swearing.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And I appreciate you keeping it clean. But what I was waiting for Jim or James Comer to say was, this is the docket number we have, right?
Well, his name is really Dick. His name is really Dick. His name is really Dick because he's a dick. So, and that's keeping it clean because that's Richard Dick. You know what I'm saying? So that's my roundabout way. So I just thought that was a little ironic, and the fact that Rudy Giuliani is singing like a little Wakanda songbird because with the Heller case being upheld, Rudy was like, oh snap. I better try to get ahead of this. I better try to get ahead of this because guess what? Jack Smith didn't even say anything about wanting to talk to Rudy.
Nope.
Rudy, on his own accord, said, "Mr. Smith, He did the Baptist usher, with the one finger up.
Exactly.
Mr. Smith, can I speak with you, sir?
Oh,
can I speak with you?
Yeah.
And Jack was like, I don't know, dog. What?
Yeah.
And so
Rudy has the dirt. Rudy has the dirt.
He does have the dirt. And so I think that he's actually singing because he don't want to go down because he knows the Trump ship. It's like the Titan that just went down. He knows that's the Trump ship.
Oh.
The Trump ship is about to join the Titanic. And there's a big hole in the Trump ship, and it's called Jack Smith.
Jack Smith.
So
he's deranged.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Thank you, Nutty Professor, for coming in and telling the truth. It's like my grandma says, tell the truth and shame the devil. Give Nutty a round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to get through all my panelists, okay? You don't always have to agree with Zeus. And as you can tell by this next guest who needs no introduction, ladies and gentlemen, obviously I'm willing to take the arrows. Let's go. Conservative Lynn, good morning.
Good morning. So I'm assuming you're trying to conflate and compare Jared Kushner with Hunter Biden, correct?
Oh, I guess. Is that what I did?
Well, I think that's what you all are attempting to do, but there's a lot of differences.
Right. Well, what would you say is the difference?
First of all, Hunter Biden made money while Joe Biden was in office, and Joe Biden got some of that money as well.
Oh.
He used his influence as the point man for Ukraine and as vice president to change policy, to change prosecutors, things like that. What Jared Kushner did was something that happened after he was out of office, after Trump was out of office, and it was nothing. There was no favors, there was no quid pro quos, there was no limitations on that. It was basically just an independent business. Now, yes, he built relationships when he went to the Middle East. However, he was also instrumental in working out a deal. Between Israel.
Can I ask this question? Why do you think they gave him that money?
Probably because they built a relationship with him and they liked him, and the guy's a businessman.
Is he one of the best in the industries at anything that I don't know about?
Well, he had an equity firm, didn't he?
Well, I'm asking you, what industry does Jared Kushner?
He was a business owner. He owned an equity firm.
What industry?
He owned an equity firm.
So, but what industry?
So if somebody decides to put $2 billion towards somebody's business, what business is that if anybody else, when they're not receiving political favors, there's no political pressure, there's no quid pro quos, there's no, so we don't know what industry. There's no political favors being done of any sort.
So we don't know what industry Jared Kushner is. Like, is he in the oil industry? Is he in the hospitality industry? Can you just, because what blows my
equity firm.
Okay, so would he have gotten that money had he not been, a part of the Trump administration? Because my thing is, how do you know the deal?
You know that I just read up on it.
Oh, you just read up on it. Well, okay. So do you think that if he was absent of Donald Trump in that administration, do you think they would have given him that money? Because you're trying to say it's not political. But I'm having a hard time believing that, because
there was no political gain done. There was no quid pro quo done. There was no backdoor dealing. This was something that happened after Kushner was out of the White House. He had no more influence.
The transfer may have happened after, but the dealings occurred while he was in the White House. That's when he got to learn and know these folks.
So if somebody decides to donate to an equity firm and there's no political gain there, so did the people that donated to the firm, did they gain anything?
Yeah.
What did they gain?
Well, I'm going to ask you this question. Who gives away $2 billion without gaining anything?
What did they gain? What political gain did they achieve?
Well, listen, can I ask the other question?
It may have been a monetary gain, but it doesn't necessarily mean it was a political gain.
Okay, would you give away $2 billion for nothing? Is that what you're suggesting?
I think a lot of people invest into a lot of people, and I think that they'll see a return monetarily. It's an investment, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody does it for political gain.
So you would?
A lot of people do.
You would give away $2 billion for nothing?
If I had the money, the same type of money that person had, sure. What's $2 billion?
Wow. Conservative Lynn. That's a bridge too far for Zeus. I just don't believe that. I do not believe anybody on this planet would give away that kind of money for nothing. I just don't believe that. I get that's your opinion, but I'm going to have to push back on that, all right?
You can push back all you want.
Now, you've infuriated a lot of folks in the comment section, but I got to bring
my mere presence, my mere breath bothers them. Which is why I like coming up here so much.
Okay, well, listen, you're always welcome to come in and state your opinion, but I'm going to have to say in this case, I'm going to ask that you come back with more dirt on Jared Kushner and Trump so that we could really
Well,
unpack.
let me ask you, when you read up on Jared Kushner, what source did you use, Zeus?
Well, the same ones you used.
No.
The same
What
ones
source
Chris
did
Christie
you use?
used. All right. Now I got to move on.
You used Twitter and Yahoo News, Zeus. Stop it.
Okay, you got me. You got me, conservative Lynn, but you still got to explain why they paid him that money. All right, fair enough. I got to move on because I got to hear what the others have to say, and thank you so much as always.
Thanks, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give conservative Lynn a round of applause. She knows I don't agree with her, but I gotta give it to her. She does try her best to stick to what she believes in. All right, we're gonna have to do it like this. We go this way, we go that way. All right. Good morning, Sister Takesha.
How are you?
Uh-oh.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I think Lynn thinks because she comes up and talks like she's depressed from the night before because when she woke up, the man she brought home left and didn't leave a tip. I think she thinks that it's going to make her stance more believable.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Listen, Takesha, would you give $2 billion away for nothing?
Jared Kushner wouldn't get $5 from me for a Happy Meal. What are they giving them? Why do the Saudis want to make money investing in Jared Kushner?
That's my question. Now. What do you think it was?
It was money for some services that we gonna find out gonna come out when the rest of this information come out about these documents.
Oh! Say it isn't so!
Yes, that's what's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm. So you and I both don't agree.
Jared Kushner is not this great deal maker, like he on Let's Make a Deal and everybody keeps spinning the wheel to him. No.
You don't think he's a titan in what industry? What industry is he in again?
The child, please. The child, please. Child, please.
We don't buy it.
Just stop it.
Would you say that he abused his power while in office to get this kind of money?
He abused his power. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Number one, he had no business over there. His position did not cause for him to be over there talking to the Saudis.
Nope. Again, we already know. Rex Tillerson could have been there.
We already know what went on. But they don't want to talk about that. See how they make excuses for that? But Hunter Biden, with no proof, is already guilty.
Right. What a shame. What a shame that they continue to perpetuate these lies. But when we asked them about that $2 billion Jared Kushner received,
they got more excuses. They got more excuses than a man that been out all night on his woman. Now listen, Zeus. Yes. I want to talk about Bend Over Bobby for a minute.
Oh.
Because apparently his wife went to Victoria's Secret, like I suggested.
Oh.
Because by the evening he was on TV singing Trump's praises and getting a GoFundMe for him.
What?
Yes.
So who is this?
That was Kevin McCartney.
Shame.
Now he's saying that Trump is the greatest chance they've got.
Oh, really?
And he started a fundraiser.
Greatest chance at going to jail? Right? Because we know Trump isn't going to win.
Right. But look how fast he became Bend Over Bobby.
Oh, no, Bend Over Bobby. I got to use that one. Where do you get this content from?
Listen, Zeus. They said that Giuliani was singing so hard, you would have thought it was an audition for American Idol.
He's auditioning for American Idol with Jack Smith.
They said that's how hard he was singing, man.
Oh my God! Listen. Oh my gosh. Well, do you think he got the part?
Listen, they say you going through to the next round. We'll see you in the next round. And let me say this before I go.
Oh my gosh!
Let me say this before I go.
Wow.
Because I looked at Jim Comey on that picture, looking like he was leaning back like the Tower of Pisa. And every time they come out,
Oh my gosh.
you got to pay attention to the wording.
Right.
It's never what they actually got.
Right.
It's what could be. What we think. They have never come out and said they actually got stuff. But you can play wordplay with people who don't understand words.
Wow.
So that's why they getting excited, because they don't understand the tricks that this will be going on with Hillary and Hunter Biden. This will be going on. Joe Biden will be the went to his heavenly home, and they'll still be investigating.
They will, because they swear Biden did something and they have no proof.
They got no proof. None.
Wow. What a shame on the Republican Party. But listen, Sister Takesha, as always, thank you for being so brave to get in this box and tell the truth the way you do. All right?
You are so very welcome, sir.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Takesha a round of applause. It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. All right? Now, again, it's so amazing that even after Chris Christie has gone through great lengths ad nauseum to explain how President Trump and his family have been grifting, taking money from his supporters and misusing it, misappropriating it, taking money over there in Saudi with the Saudi government. They get in the box and they still pretend like that's acceptable. Shame on you. No receipts. I asked, I said, well, what industry is Jared Kushner in? It's an equity firm. That is not a sufficient answer, because guess what? I can say the same thing about Hunter Biden and President Biden. They were in an equity firm. Why don't you just tell Jim and James Comer to drop it then? They were in an equity firm. Because you don't know what they were doing. Even James Comer says, I don't know what the money was for. All I got is these bank statements. Yeah, I'm with you, Lucius. We all got equity firms. The truth is, nobody's giving away $2 billion without a favor, okay? And until you come in and tell me what that favor was, I am not buying it. All right, let's move on to our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do on this side of town. All right, let's go. Brother Ateki.
Well.
All right, how are you doing this morning, brother?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm going to point out ignorance and hypocrisy within my time period here.
Let's go. Hey, is it going to be clean?
If I have to, okay. It seems like a certain blonde likes to ignore the facts in regards to Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Burisma, and Ukraine. Let's start out with the facts. Obama told Biden if they don't remove the corrupt prosecutor, they don't get the money.
Right, I remember that.
It started from him. Hunter Biden was a private citizen who was an attorney who worked for Burisma in regards to legal commerce issues. Now, the thing is this. He was a lawyer. He was an attorney. He worked for them in their legal division. Now, unlike anybody else, when they did remove the criminal prosecutor, they put somebody back in who was doing the job, who did investigate Burisma, and found out there was no connection with Hunter Biden and Joe Biden in regards to any criminal activity, which the prosecutor came out and did an interview saying there is nothing there. Now let's get to Jared. Jared Kushner, the week before Trump left,
Uh-oh.
was in Saudi Arabia talking to the prince and then received $2 billion. Ivanka Trump, working for Daddy in the White House as an advisor to the president, her daddy, had several meetings with China leader and received 26 trademarks from China. That goes against the Emoluments Clause in the Constitution of the United States. So while you have a private citizen making money on his own without supposedly any quid pro quo that you guys seem to say there was, without any proof to your idiotic comments and your lies that you spew, and for certain people to say, what's your source? It's not like you have a fly in the wall that flies off your smelly crotch to get information.
Keep it clean.
I was clean. So the thing is this, why don't you stop lying, show some facts and information, quit talking out of your big rumpus from that you sit on all day long, bitching about something, and it's not. That's about as clean as I can get. So when you show a fact, instead of kicking people down who show you information in regards to the criminal activity of Donald J. Trump, documents, transcripts, depositions, phone calls, memos, his own recordings, and you blind bimbos ignore the truth because he's blowing smoke up your rear end, and it tickles your taint, and you have nothing, as you ignore the fact that he is a sexual molester of women, and you say just because it was a liable case and it's not criminal, you say that's okay? You disgusting, immoral, unethical human being. You should be in the mud pits of pigism.
Oh, Lord! I got to hit the ground just
by the way,
towing that line a little too close, attacking. Good morning, Brother Swerve.
The thing is this, they might say that I'm upset. I'm not upset. I'm having my cup of coffee just calling you out for being idiots. I'm having fun right now. You guys are the morons.
Okay.
All right. So you bring somebody else up. You have a great day. I'll be listening, and I'm sure you'll pull up some other stupid people on the right-hand side.
Well, listen, I appreciate it. We're doing better, I must say, right? I think we're slowly starting to get to a space where we can put up with each other. We're not where I want to be.
But I do hate this. What's your source? Oh, where do you get this from? Oh, who's your fly on the wall? Who's your red phone contact that's sitting on your desk? I have certain information for you. It's only privileged to you. Don't tell anybody else. Or you sign the non-disclosure agreement. Oh, by the way, I'm lying. All right, I gotta go.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Brother Attacking and give yourselves, honestly, all of you, give yourselves a round of applause, because this show sounds like it's a little off the rails, if you ask me. Okay. And it's about to get a little more off the rails because we have somebody here. And he's on probation. Okay, in this live, he's on probation.
Hello.
I'm going to give him an opportunity to state his opinion. Good morning, Snuggles. You said you open in 30 minutes. You're about to open up your store.
Yes, I'm about to open in 30 minutes. I want to thank you for having me, Zeus, all the time. We are such good friends, and I really would like to listen to that last guy. Ivanka's so-called crime was absolved. She didn't commit any crimes. She did everything legal. She made a trademark. Whoop-de-doo. When it comes to Jared, I'm going to agree with Nutty Professor.
Wait. Now, hold on. I'm going to pause. What? You're okay with her having business dealings in China?
She had a trademark. Whoop-de-doo. It's business.
It was China. And she did it while she was in office.
And all the shell companies that are around China, with Biden, that's okay. So it's business, right?
Everybody has business. You don't think Biden broke the law? Okay, great. Let's
Biden
move
shall,
on. Keep going. Keep
Trump
going.
has 400. Trump has actual businesses. I don't know what kind of business Biden has. He can't even say a sentence. Tell me one CEO that can tell a sentence that could say a sentence.
Right. So
That is
Biden's
missing.
innocent. Thank you.
Right. Where it's so far. But
So
listen, I was
Snuggles
wondering,
agrees
with
Biden is
Jared,
innocent. Thank you.
I do have information on Jared though. But I'm going to go. I
Oh,
agree totally with.
Just spill the beans.
Right. I agree totally with Nutty Professor. We need receipts. Where's the docket number on Jared? Why are we talking on that? That was your rule. I thought we needed docket numbers on Jared. Where is the court case? Who's the investigator for
What
Jared?
information do you
That's
have
wasted
on Jared?
talk.
Do you have any
What?
information on Jared Kushner? You said you did.
No, because there's no investigation on it.
Oh,
Why
so
waste
that was
your time on
that
it?
was another
There's no
lie.
until we get a receipt on that.
Okay.
We shouldn't even be talking. Hey, what about and then we talk about E. Carroll. She loved The Apprentice. I can't wait until the appeals because there's a recording of her telling everybody that she loves The Apprentice. Who would love their molester? I'm not just asking the world. Mr. Attacking has all the answers. And why would Tara Reid move to Russia? Because she's scared of Biden's crime boss family. Look at
Snuggles,
Tara had to move to Russia.
Stop you right there, Snuggles. You see,
I just want to reply.
See,
that's all.
no,
my friend.
See, it's that. See, I thought I said you were on probation.
Right. I mean, no, really, isn't it scary to not take Tara's story, Tara Reid's story,
Snuggles,
seriously?
Where is Tara Reid? Tell us where he.
Yeah, she had to go to Russia to be protected because she's being threatened by the Biden family.
So why haven't you?
I would move there too.
Why haven't you gone to Russia? Why haven't you gone to Russia?
Because I'm not in any. I don't have. Clinton and Biden's are not mad at me. Because if they were mad at you, you tend to get
So
off
you don't
the
think
list
it had
somewhere.
to do with the book she's trying to sell?
I'm just wondering why you guys don't care about Tara Reid.
I'm asking you,
why doesn't the Democrats care about her?
Why haven't you gone to Russia with her to help her with her cause? Since you care so much, Snuggles, you care so much about all of these people who are quote victims of the Bidens. Why haven't you?
Do you care when someone was assaulted? Ticket? I mean, do you care though that someone was assaulted? They're so scared they got to move to another country.
You know what I care about, right? Law and order. If people are breaking the law, they need to be held accountable, right?
So a law was broken, and there was no
Snuggles. Do you have a docket number? Do you have a docket number? No.
Exactly. So we're both on the docket. I agree with you. Totally. Mr. Crossings, I'm so happy that we had this talk. I would like to get my stakes. We're looking good. You have guilty in the background there, but there are no convictions. No convictions. So Democrats, get those knee pads ready.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. That's how you know you're doing a great job, right? When they get in the box. And that spirit, you can almost see the exorcism happening right here on TikTok. They get in the box and they just let all kinds of evil and vile out right here in front of us. That's when you know we're getting to them. So listen up to my friends. Great job. Great job. We got the truth out of them today. Good morning, Brother Swervin. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, Zeus.
I appreciate it.
Ask me again sometime in the coming days how I'm doing.
All right. Well, keep up the good fight, my brother. But it's always a pleasure to have you coming in here because I know you bring nothing but truth.
Well, I try, listening to struggles. Because I don't like to use names.
Right, we keep it clean.
I love how Tara Reid was dropped by not only her attorneys, but by the prosecutors when she made that allegation. But E. Jean Carroll simply said she liked The Apprentice. So how can you love your attacker? What kind of sense does that make? Can anybody make that make sense for me? So that's why I don't pay attention to struggles. Now,
Yeah.
I did want to
I
speak.
call that a demon. That's a demon. That's the demon speaking.
Oh, it's like Steppenwolf from the Justice League.
Yeah, yeah.
Just not as powerful and a little bit softer than a Twinkie. Yes. One thing that I did want to say, Zeus, and then I'm gonna drop myself back down because my nurse just came in.
Okay.
I wanted to speak on this $2 billion.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I can't speak to what Jared Kushner may or may not have done.
Right.
I'm gonna just tell you what I did.
Right.
Okay. Last night, I slipped the pharmacist here in the hospital $1.5 billion.
Oh.
To give me extra pain medication.
Oh.
And then I slipped my nurse another $1.5 million to make sure I got that pain medication.
Oh.
So sometimes people just give away money.
Oh.
For no good reason whatsoever. and if you believe that, Zeus, I got some beachfront property in Arizona that I would love to sell you, my friend. I'm just saying.
Not.
You don't want to buy that beachfront property?
No. And
Dude,
no, I don't believe no one's giving away that kind of money just because they like you. No.
Zeus is oceanfront. You got your own boat dock. Comes with its own super yacht that only compares to Jeff Bezos. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go for a steal, 10 grand.
Oh, 10 grand?
Yep. And here's an even bigger deal. All you got to do is send me the taxes on that 10 grand.
Oh.
And I'll send you the deed to the house. I've already covered the rest of the cost.
Oh, that sounds like an offer I can't refuse.
Isn't that a wonderful deal?
Oh, it is. Guess what? I'm running to the bank right now to wire you that bread, my brother.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. See? And that's how you do business in the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my God.
Let me go ahead and get down. Let me get Jess taken care of.
All right.
I'll see you later, my friend. You take care. And
all right.
Be good, Zeus.
You too. Take care, my brother. And as always, it's a pleasure to hear from you. Okay, keep up the good fight, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Swerve. Yeah. I thought, see, this is what I'm saying. What we do over here, ladies and gentlemen, is sometimes you just gotta let these folks talk, because when they talk, they reveal to you who they really are. I don't gotta get a paintbrush and say, look, this person is crazy. No, you just let them talk, okay? And what we've been hearing today is a lot of crazy talk. No facts, no receipts. They even went as far as to say Jared Kushner, they would give away $2 billion because if they liked you, they would do it. Knowing good and well that does not align with any form of common sense on the planet. Let's go. I know. All right, let's bring up our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Miss Pam. How are you doing? Miss. Good morning. How are you doing?
Morning. How are you doing?
Hello. I hear an echo. Hello. I think Misfit Pam, we might have to do it again, okay? Can you send another request so that we can get you in here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, going once, going twice. No, I don't see her. Let's see. Maybe she is back. All right, well, let's move on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to the beautiful Shayla.
Good morning, Zeus. How are you?
How are you doing?
Oh, I am doing good.
You survived one of the toughest parts of the live. I did. 2 tough parts, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my brain cells back. I'm wondering what I can do to get those back, because I lost a few listening to those 2. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It was tough. I must say it was tough.
It's so hard. I often wonder if they even hear what comes out of their mouth. Like, do they listen to what they say?
Oh.
Like, Lindsay and Jimmy, would you please just record yourself when you come on these lives? Just record yourself, and then I want you to play it back, because I think you really don't understand how dumb you sound. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I sit here and listen to Lindsay. Oh, it's an equity firm. It's an equity firm.
You don't buy the equity firm.
Oh, he does own an equity firm. That is.
I mean, but do you think how many people in America own equity firms, right? And then the question then becomes, how many of them are getting $2 billion just because they own equity firms?
Yeah, just because people just give away that kind of money. Because even if you're a billionaire, Lindsay, I'm pretty sure $2 billion is a lot of money to a billionaire. Like, that's kind of how that rolls. And yeah, he did do the deal 6 months after he left the White House, right? Now, supposedly he divested from the Kushner, however you say his last name, the Kushner firms that he and his dad owned, which, his dad went to prison for a period of time for tax evasion and criminal activity, right? Which, pardoned by Trump, is...
Right. Now, that's the crime family right there.
Yeah, that's a crime family. So it's kind of interesting. So supposedly he divested from that. And then he was senior advisor to Donald J. Trump for those 4 years in the White House, which is a pretty prestigious, in his ear all the time.
Right.
So then 6 months after they leave the White House, he makes this $2 billion deal. And supposedly it's to get the Israelis and and Muslims to work together and then do investments together. That's what that's the blanket, that's the umbrella of this new equity firm. And that's what he's saying. They're just giving him all this money so that they can do all these building projects as a peace accord between Muslims and Israelis there in the Middle East, supposedly.
And do you know what the deliverables were?
Nobody does.
We don't even know what the deliverables are on a $2.2+ billion agreement contract.
No, all we know is he's really good friends with MSB, or I think it's MSB.
Yeah,
MBS. Yeah, MBS, and that that firm that gave him the $2.5 billion came from MBS. So
wow,
but we don't know why.
Well, you know what, Shay?
Yeah.
Why am I getting more information about this from you? Why were they unable to explain this on their side?
I don't know. She looked up Wikipedia and read the same information I did, but then didn't quite, I guess, click further. You know how there's like those little blue highlighted things within Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Other little links that they can send you to. So I kind of did a little bit more of that. So a jelly of Lynn's? Oh no, honey, I'm not jelly of anybody. Yeah. So I sit here and go, and listen. To her credit, of course, we don't really know, and honestly, I don't care. But you have to question. That's a lot of money. And yes, it was done after office. So honestly, I don't, it just looks suspicious. But yeah, we don't know what it is. So that's it.
Do we know what President Biden's is about? Because you heard Jim. Is his name Jim or is it James? Which one is it, Shay?
Jimmy. I think his name is James, isn't it? I have to ask Struggles that. Is his name James or Jimmy?
Yeah, because when you got people like that investigating the Bidens, you can't trust them, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So we'll have to ask Struggles why he goes by Jimmy, but maybe his parents named him Jimmy. We'll have to find out. Maybe he's angry his parents didn't name him James. They decided to call him Jimmy, so then he attacks people that actually go by a nickname of their formal name. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Can y'all look into that? My friend
he can answer in the chat. He's here.
Yeah. These folks on the right, they're so brilliant. They don't even use facts. It just comes right out of their minds.
My nickname is Pocahontas. Yeah, that's because you're a racist. And that's because you're a racist, honey. The fact that you call me Pocahontas is absolutely horrible thing to do. And you just show who you are, sweetheart. And it doesn't offend me. I actually like Pocahontas, so that's fine.
Yeah, Pocahontas is always welcome in this kingdom.
Yeah.
Let's give.
Yeah, I actually like Pocahontas. You're not offending me, honey. You're just showing who you are.
You got it? Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, Lindsay. I am half Mexican, so you can leave it at that.
Listen.
Yeah, I know you're Elizabeth Warren. I know because you can't make up anything new. So you copy Trump. You can't come up with any new material. So then you copy his insults. So
don't do that.
That's sad to me.
Don't do that.
So sad. But that's okay.
Yeah, we're stronger.
I'm not going to dox myself.
We're going to consider it a badge of honor, Shay. When they go low, we go high.
Call me Pocahontas. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. When they go low, we go high, like Michelle Obama said.
I think it's hilarious. But I'm like, yeah, you just show who you are. It's all good.
That's right. You just let them talk.
Yeah.
You know, that way we don't got to put an address on it. They reveal themselves. But what we will continue to do is bring this truth out and continue to shame the devil.
That's exactly right. Exactly. Attacking. When they go low, I go lower. Yes.
Well, listen, and I've talked to Attacking about that. Attacking loves to do that. I don't get it. But,
yeah, absolutely. I don't get into the name calling business and all of that.
It's not Michael Obama. It's Michelle. Okay, again, Trump supporters, you got to stop.
They just don't like beautiful, powerful, intelligent Black women. So when they do that, it shows who they are. Again,
they don't like powerful, intelligent Black women.
No.
Shame!
No.
On you, Trump supporters.
I never said I was a lawyer, Brian. I'm a history teacher and now a private sommelier. But anyway.
All right.
Enough about me. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to say on that. I just wonder if they ever hear themselves. So just record yourselves and play yourself back is my advice, because you make no sense.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
But that's it. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. All right, let's give Shay a round of applause.
Fantastic day. Yay.
It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. I gotta say this. When you find that you are on the side of spewing insults and bigotry and things like that, that's a good time, because if no one's ever told you in life, let me be the first to tell you, that's a good time for you to take a step back and breathe. Okay, you might need to go take a break and breathe. Okay, because this truth is getting to you and it's coming so fast, you're in a state of shock. Okay, do what your leader said.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Right.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
you're in the line.
Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Why stay in a relationship? I mean, do I have to start doing lives about being in toxic relationships? Poker Dad, do we have to start doing those lives again where we talk about being in toxic, messy relationships? If the relationship is unhealthy, don't stay in it. This live is specially catered, cooked up. I put an extra dose of truth with a touch of humility to make sure the message goes out and sits on you. I want you to be walking around wherever you are in the real world in 4K. I want you to be able to walk around and you go, man, when Shay got in the box and said this, or when Zeus said that, I get it now. They woke my game up. Now I'm feeling great, and I'm a better person now because I've been set free by the truth. No, I will not go to the Capitol again on January 6th because this guy right here lied to me. That's what you should be thankful and grateful for. Come on, folks. Let's move on to our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful April. All forms of lies and misinformation in this kingdom will not be tolerated. Good morning, April. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus. Well, that was interesting. totally agree with Shay and totally
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
let's talk about talking bad about someone. So let's talk about talking bad against Biden.
Bearing false witness, go for it.
He's sleepy. He licks ice cream. He smells children's hair.
Oh.
He slurs his word. Oh my
Right.
Lord. He said Iraq instead of Ukraine. I mean,
Right.
oh Lord, let's just go on and on.
Right.
So
Right. Why do they do that to him?
I don't know. So what's that saying about Trump? Because Biden beat Trump in the popular vote by 20 million votes. And did he win the election?
Yeah.
Is he so sleepy?
No.
And let me talk about 16 months straight of the the lowest unemployment rate in 60 years. 16 months straight of the
Are you
lowest
talking about
ever.
President Biden?
Of the lowest ever. 60 months. So what's up, people? Why are you gonna keep talking? I mean, that's all you have is personal attacks.
Right.
Let's talk policy. Let's talk what Trump does. Let's talk about what Biden does. You're saying he's sleepy, but he created the most bipartisan infrastructure plan ever. I'll back that up. Not since ever. Eisenhower. Okay, so.
I get what you meant. Keep going. You keep on going.
What did Trump do?
Nothing besides grift and steal.
Yeah. And try to bribe a president of another country to investigate with his own personal lawyer.
Wow!
Really? I mean, this name calling, just stick to the policy.
Yeah.
You make yourself look foolish and without any facts or anything when you just, he's sleepy. Oh, now the new thing is he has a CPAC.
Oh.
Good gracious of mine. Do we know how millions of Americans have to use CPACs?
Right. Real health condition.
A real health condition. I use a CPAC. I started when I was 40 years old.
Tell them, April.
And just some people, they can't breathe at night. They have obstructions in their nasal and everything else.
Right.
And he's had surgeries to correct it. This has nothing to do with his mental status. So when you're just keep pushing this Sleepy Joe, and that's all
they
you
ought
have.
to be, and they call themselves Christians, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Christians.
They call themselves Christians, but they got all these insults. They say they want to protect the kids, but they out here acting like children, insulting people on TikTok. How you going to help these kids when you're acting like one?
So that's something, protect the kids, Oh, don't let that book be in the library. Oh, good gracious, protect the kids. Well, how about protecting the kids when the number one killer of children 1 through 18 is guns, and you can't even take one gun away? Talk to me again about protecting the kids.
Oh, April, you are on fire this morning.
That's ridiculous. Why, all this name calling? I mean, what purpose was it for someone to come up here or in the chat calling someone a name? That's, I'm sorry. I get all tongue-tied sometimes. I'm like Biden. I study.
Oh, yeah, this live is a little off the rails today, but it's necessary.
But just bring policy, bring facts. That's all you have to do. No name calling. You get into these boxes, you get into the comments. Oh, Sleepy, he's delusional. He's got dementia. He's got this. Well, how about the wonderful jobs created under Biden?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
He made up the jobs that were lost during COVID and then added 8 million more on top of that.
Thank you.
And he hasn't even done 4 years yet.
Yep. And he's going to get another 4 years at this rate.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I got to make it quick. So I'm going to drop out of here. But this is just ridiculous.
Well, I applaud you, April, for being able to rise above the hate and still come in laser focus and deliver the truth. Because, and I think his name was Kenny yesterday, or whoever it was. They made it very clear what their intent is on the right, most of them, and it's to sow confusion. And what we saw was an attempt to get us confused and off topic. But we're not off topic. No, we're actually stronger now. We're actually stronger now, right?
Oh yeah, we got to keep
We're not
fighting that
falling
good.
for it. We're not falling for it. We're going to continue to bring this heavy hammer of truth down.
That's it.
And hold you accountable for all forms of lies and misinformation and crimes in this kingdom. But all right, April, thank you so much.
Can I say one more thing real quick? So
Absolutely.
we just had news from the Supreme Court, and they are going to do away with affirmative action in colleges.
Oh Lord, I don't know what to say. They get it right, they get it wrong. What a deal. I gotta look into it.
Yeah, Trump appointed Supreme Court members, you know, and I'm going to say he's not here, but Anthony, MAGA is the new Confederacy.
Wow!
Okay.
And they say they want to protect the children. I am Gordo, thank you. They say they want to protect the children, but look at what they have done. Every opportunity they can, every opportunity they have to cause harm and affliction to the children, they take it. Shame on the Republican Party, in particular, the MAGA. Yes, you. Like I said, I don't want to hear, if you're going to be MAGA, just be clear. Don't call yourself an independent. Don't say you don't vote. Don't say you don't watch Fox News. Just call it straight down the middle. Call it what it is. You hate this country and you want to be a traitor. And you don't care about the kids because you know that you yourself are a part of those lawless individuals who love to engage in crime. Shame on you. Let's bring up our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Diva, good morning. Oops. Good morning. How are you? Diva, good morning. How are you? Welcome.
Wow. Your life has been interesting. I'm doing good. I'm just in my office working, and I just listen while I'm working, and I pop in sometimes when I can talk. So.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you're able to squeeze time for us into your busy morning schedule. Okay, I appreciate it.
Sure.
All right. So what do you got for us? So this live is a little off the rails, but it's still on track.
It is.
It's still on track.
We've hit a lot of topics. I think that's usually there's like one main focus, so we kind of all chime in about this. It's kind of been all over the map, but that's a good thing because a lot of stuff has come out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I have to agree with April with the whole, protect the children and that nonsense. It kind of goes along with their whole anti-abortion stance as well, because they are not anti-abortion. They are pro-forced birth.
Oh!
Because once the child is born, screw them. They don't care about them.
They don't care about kids.
Nope. They want to take away SNAP benefits. They want to take away WIC benefits. They want to no support, no pre-K, no affordable childcare, so the parent can work. Absolutely nothing. And they don't even really care if they make it past third grade if they go to public schools.
Wow.
Because they're going to mostly be unalived. I mean, they have a chance of being unalived in school. So we don't even know that these kids will ever make it to high school. But they don't care about
Wow.
any of that.
Ending
None of that
school
at all.
lunches too? Wow.
Oh yeah, they just voted down universal school lunches.
What?
Yep, the Republican Party, they all voted against it, and
Boo. Wow. And they
like
think
if you make kids go to school all day, like they have to be there.
right.
So, but they can't eat.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
that makes
Would
perfect
you
logical
say
sense.
that makes them so what would you call a person that out in the open says we care about the kids, but then when you look at the work they're doing, it's the exact opposite of that? What would you call such a person? Would you call them a Christian?
I would call them hypocrites,
Oh,
and I would tell them that
a
there's
liar.
nothing Christ-like about that behavior or that mentality.
But what if they say, well, I am really doing this because I am a Christian? Would you believe them?
No,
So that would make
I
them a liar and a hypocrite.
yeah, and I will go so far as to even say that if they were to go up to the pearly gates,
Oh,
I have a very sneaky suspicion that God would tell them, I don't know you. You're a Pharisee.
oh, oh,
You preach that righteousness, and you didn't live any of it.
oh, Lord. Tell them, Diva.
I can't. I mean, I was raised evangelical Christian. My family are all still very much in the church. And I've told them to their faces that the way they vote is hypocritical to the way they raised me. And the reason why I'm a Democrat, the reason why I am a Democrat is because of the way they raised me. They said, help the homeless, help the needy, help. That's what I was raised to believe. That you help the least of these. And that's why I'm a Democrat.
Right.
Because that's what we try to do. We try to make the United States, we try to make our country good for everyone.
Mm-hmm. You hear that? You hear that, Trump supporters? No lives protected.
Right, and then they want to call us, oh, you're just a bunch of libtards, and I'm like, well, that's how you raised me. You raised me to care about other people. You raised me to believe in equity and inclusion. You raised me to believe all of those things. And now you're doing the exact opposite. And I call you a hypocrite to your face. And the truth hurts.
The truth hurts. And guess what we're doing in this live is we're bringing a whole lot of hurt to those who want to live in lies and delusion. Yes.
And all those people in the comments that are yelling the loudest, there's one saying, hit dogs holler.
Hey! Hello.
That's it. If you get offended or something's really just ticking you off, and you're out there screaming, what about Hunter? What about Biden? What about? I mean, it's because they are just a hollering.
Tell them.
Because we have facts on our side.
Amen.
We have audio tapes. We have surveillance cameras footage that we haven't seen yet.
Oh.
Because that will be used in court. It has not been released.
Tell them.
So we have actual evidence. All you have are accusations to throw around. Oh, Biden did this and Biden did that.
Tell them.
Until you bring me a shred of evidence, provide me one piece of proof, and I'll tell you, okay, then let's impeach Joe Biden. Let's take him to jail. Let's put him on charges. Whatever. I'm perfectly fine with President Harris.
Yeah,
I'll take
we are perfectly fine with President Kamala Harris. That does have a nice. That just sounds very good when you say it like that. Listen. All right.
The only real quick, I was just going to say one more thing. The only difference between us is that we are okay with our people being held accountable, and they are not.
Yeah, they're
like
not.
We're okay if you bring us proof and somebody did wrong. All right, bye. Because we're not in a cult. We don't have a cult of personality. We don't. We elected Joe to do a job.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
elect him to be our king, our savior, our God. We don't
Right.
have to run around with hats and flags and bumper stickers and hold rallies and all that nonsense. He's not someone that we look up to in that sense, as like in that kind of a way. We
Tell him,
elected him to
Diva.
do a job, and he's done a dang good job.
Tell him, Diva. All right. Let's give the beautiful Diva a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, because she dropped a lot of truth bombs today. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too. It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. Now, there's a question that I've been asking Trump supporters all week long, the ones that call themselves Christians. And I've asked all of them the same question, and they still have not given me an answer. So I'm going to ask it again. Which of these things has Donald J. Trump, your God, your leader, your president, however you describe him, which of these has he not done? And this is coming out of the Bible, according to those, because they call themselves Christian. I want them to go reference Proverbs chapter 6, all right, and go to verse 16, where it says, these 6 things does the Lord hate, yet 7 are an abomination. Now, which of these 7 has Donald Trump not done? Start off with a proud look. A lying tongue. Hands that shed innocent blood. Think about all those lives that were lost during the pandemic because Trump lied to the American people. All those innocent lives. So far, he struck out, okay? A heart that devises wicked imaginations. Yeah. Stormy Daniels. Feet that be swift to running to mischief. Yes, classified documents. Yes, a false witness that speaks lies. Think about everybody Trump's lied on. And he that soweth discord amongst brethren. And last but not least, a false witness that speaketh lies. Ladies and gentlemen, which of these has Donald Trump not done? Okay, because these are the things that God hates. And the 7th he detests. And they've never given me an answer. So no, I don't believe you're a Christian if you support Donald Trump. I don't buy it, because all of these things that I'm looking at right here, God hates, the God in your book. All right, let's bring up the next guest. They don't like me because I'm telling the truth. Well, guess what? I'd rather tell the truth and be realer than you than to be out here believing a lie. Good morning, Fanny. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Good morning, friends.
Good morning. How are you? Long time no see.
Long time no see and here.
Right.
Hey, everybody. What's going on?
Yeah. Yes. Well, what a pleasure it is to have you in the kingdom. What is it that you would like to make sure those folks out here understand? Because I know you've been seeing things I can't see, but I think you have.
Oh, I've been seeing and listening, and I was hey everybody, I was curious on what conservative Lynn was actually talking about. I don't know what she was pulling from, what information she had, but I do want to say this at this point, the alt-right, the right, are really just self-admitting every time they're deflecting and projecting on everyone else. They're self-admitted schmetophiles, they're misogynists, they're backing racism and white supremacy. That's all they do. So it's really tiresome, just like Diva said, that they always seem to be projecting quite literally the things that they are always caught with their pants down doing every fucking time.
Did you say pants down?
Yes, I did.
Woo! She is on fire! Nobody wants to see that.
And thank you for always amping up your guests. Not many people do that, and I appreciate that so much about you, because you're very I will say that is a very humble quality about you, because it's not always about you, Zeus, but it is always about you. But I do appreciate you giving love to the people that come in here. Thanks for the love, everybody.
You're
but
welcome.
It's very frustrating That's all they have. They don't have policies. And like Diva just said, I am someone who is a single mother of a young daughter, and she actually gets, meals at school. She's in summer school now, things like that. And those are essential for impoverished communities, for single parent households, for children, period. And quite literally, they do not care about children. They just want to control women.
Oh!
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
More truth coming out. They want to control women.
They want to control women. They don't care about children after they're born. They just want to control women, and they want to have a say about our bodies and our uteruses. And the men that are making this, trying to push this legislation are just mad because they have wayward you-know-whats and can't get women.
Oh my! Listen, when you're right, you're right. Now listen, I didn't tell you to get in the box and say this stuff, did I?
No.
This wasn't a coordinated attack, was it?
No.
This is just you telling the truth how you see it. Is that correct?
Yes, and at this point, anybody who defends Trumpism is a fascist, period. Anyone that defends Trump loves white supremacy and wants to be above people and wants to control people and marginalize individuals. They want to be above, and they want to live in a world where nationalism is a thing and white supremacy dominates, and it's bullshit. You cannot be a Trump supporter and cherry pick and say you like one thing about him.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
That's okay.
I had to do it. We got to keep it clean. But listen.
What did I say?
You said the BS word, but because we got to keep it clean. But listen, I just wanted to first of all thank you. One, because you came in here and you pointed out one of the H's, right? I'm Triple H. The middle H means humble, and I'm glad that you made that point very clear to all of my critics. All right, I mean, because it is about you when you get in the box, not me. Number one, but then number two, I want to also say you helped make my day when you told the truth about what these men really want to do. They don't want to protect the kids. These women out here that say they just want to control women's bodies.
Yes. Period.
Wow. I'm going to meditate on that all day long. When I see them, I'm going to ask them, I'm going to look them in their eyes and say, who gave you the power to be God? Right?
Period.
That's some God-like stuff they are on.
Yes. And I'm going to jump out because I know you like to make it quick. And I do think you're on. I like how you just let one person at a time because I feel like it's very effective just because, lives with a bunch of boxes can get very tough. So
if we're all friendly, I'll do that here and there because I know you all kind of know how to respect. But when it's different opinions flying around, I'm like, I'm probably the best one.
And one last thing. Struggles, are you still here? I like that somebody called them struggles. Struggles. Listen, you alt-right, you can never land the plane. Conservative land, struggles, you can never land the plane. They can never make a point. Literally do better at, listen, legal studies student here, we're going to be a lawyer one day. Learn how to debate, learn how to drop facts, and cite your sources, please, literally.
Oh! Let's give it up, Tiffany, a round of applause, Lord! Why are you striking more than one time in the same place this morning? That's impressive. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you doing that job right there. You could say things I can't say. I appreciate you. Really.
Love your face.
All right.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Tiffany a round of applause. No lies detected right there. Doesn't it feel good? Honestly, this is why I do this show. Because you go through your whole day, and if you don't have a space like this, you might start to think that this nation is doomed. Doesn't it feel good when you can wake up and hear messages like this in the morning? It just gives you some of that Barack Hussein Obama hope that this country just might get it right, right? Give yourselves a round of applause. All right. Let's get up here. Let's move it on, ladies and gentlemen, to our next panelist. Before I wrap this up, listen, I didn't know this show was going to be this exciting and entertaining, but it is. Karen, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
I am doing great, like I've eaten 30 bowls of Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying to recover from snuggles or
Oh,
whatever.
don't
Yeah,
let those words penetrate your mind. Just know that is God working on his soul. Okay, because we dropped a lot of truth in here.
that's true. But he is the embodiment of the Republican MOD.
Oh.
The deflect, distort, and deny.
Oh.
He does that a lot,
He does. He's in
you
denial,
know,
huh?
all the time, all the time. And I don't understand why he keeps talking about
Okay, yeah.
Hunter Biden all the time.
Right.
Don't you have something else to talk about?
Agree.
I mean, we can do whataboutism too. What about Jared and Ivanka and Coke sniffing Don Jr.?
Ah, did
Let's
you
talk
say
about
so?
that. But never do they talk about policy. That drives me crazy.
Right.
Never do they focus on policy at all. They have brought forth nothing to benefit the American people.
Hmm.
And I wish you would play sometimes, every time they talk about Biden's inability to complete a sentence.
Right.
How about you play some of the many videos on YouTube about Trump's best words? They're hilarious.
Oh, I might have to do it now that you said that.
Yes.
Because they keep trying to make Trump seem like he's Aristotle or Albert Einstein when he's not, right?
Right. And he is so insulting. When I saw what you posted, I think it was last night, where Trump posted that all of these other people were slave owners, their ancestors were slave owners.
Right.
And he wasn't. What was that supposed to be? He's so insulting
Right.
to Black people. It's ridiculous. So, what did
Right.
you think that that was going to do? We were
I
going
would
to.
try to explain it, but then I said, you know what? Sometimes when you see foolishness, don't even try to explain it. Don't even give it no breath, because it speaks for itself.
It does. It
Right.
does. It's so insulting, but it's also indicative of how desperate and scared he is, which is a joy to me. It brings joy to me. I love it.
It brings joy to me too, knowing that he is being held accountable by Jack Smith and Fonnie Willis and Alvin Bragg. You know, and it's so amazing because these are people who we know, are Black, right? It's one of these bittersweet things that we see. You got Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, and Fonnie Willis. Black folks saving America. Black folks saving America.
I know he hates that most of all.
Yeah, I do too. I know. Him and his supporters, they can't stand it.
And he
I
can't
can't
do
believe
anything.
I'm being looked into by these thugs.
These thugs, these smart thugs at that,
But you know
So
what? He might not want to believe it, but he better believe it, and he better pay for that criminal defense that he's going to have to put up. All right?
what do you think about this? I'm tired of people saying he's not going to do any time. So you can be a traitor
Oh. Well,
and
listen.
not do time?
Don't believe him. These are the same folks that said he would never be investigated. Then they said he would never be indicted. Then they said they won't even convict him. And then they're going to
Yeah,
say he's
that's
going to win
true.
in the appeal. Don't believe these folks. These folks have been proven to be liars and hypocrites.
That's true. That's true. It's just the idea of him going free just rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, don't let that bother you. Trust me. Donald J. Trump will be held accountable. Okay, they want to keep score. Well, I think the score is 71-0, right? Trump got 71 felonies that he's looking at, and Biden has 0. All right. And let's keep in mind all of Biden's accomplishments. I think I would read them, but I am pressed for time. But look at what Biden is doing. Look at his policies, him and Kamala Harris, and the results are in. Inflation Reduction Act passed, and look now, inflation is going down. They can't figure out how that happened, right?
That's right.
All right. All right. Well, listen, we're going to keep on fighting that good fight and telling the truth and shaming the devil. All right.
Thank you so much for having me up.
All right. No problem. And thank you for being brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Karen a round of applause. It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to start wrapping this live up. But I got to check in with my good man, Poker Dad. I know he's busy, but if he sends me a request, I'm going to try to hear him. Good morning, Poker Dad.
Good morning, Zeus.
Good morning. How are you?
I had to chime in. Again, I'm hearing a lot of this, speaking for the Republican Party stuff. Stop putting it on us elephants. We have nothing to do with it. We don't want nothing to do with that debauchery. Don't do it in the name of the old Republicans. Please, please.
What should we say?
MAGA. Call it what it is. Extremist. Conservative extremists. MAGA supporters. Racists. Whatever you want to call. Any of those things is fair. Don't put that on us old Republicans. That being said, for legal purposes, I have some information, but I do have to call it unofficial because it is, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I think no, this is actually serious.
Okay,
this is not one of my jokes. This is actually serious.
Okay.
There are employees at Mar-a-Lago that are quitting and leaving the state for the purposes of, I know you know the reason why.
Ron DeSantis.
With the bill that DeSantis passed. Isn't that interesting?
Let's give those employees a round of applause.
The Mar-a-Lago resort is losing employees due to this bill.
Wow. By their own words, are they being convicted? By their own doings, are they being conflicted? So you're saying the Democrats had nothing to do with this?
Of course the Democrats didn't have anything to do with this. This just has to do with a bill that was put into place with not proper planning, with the wrong kind of thoughts and ideas behind it. And it was just, it was an irresponsible bill that DeSantis put into place. And now it's causing a lot of havoc with Florida businesses.
Wow.
Whether it be landscaping, whether it be service industry, whether it be housekeeping, whatever it may be, it's causing havoc. And these poor people are having to leave their homes along with their families to go to other states.
Is this MAGA, or I'm trying to figure out, is this, would you call what DeSantis is doing, would you call what he's doing MAGA?
No, I think he is not Triple H.
Heck no.
And he is definitely missing the second H of what you claim yourself to be, and he does not have any humility whatsoever.
Oh, it's hybrid MAGA. Okay, yeah, this has nothing to do with Triple H.
He is trying to chase his own name, own clout, own greatness, and he's failing miserably in what he's doing.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'm actually thrilled. That's actually some more good news because I'm happy for those employees. All right? I'm very happy for those employees that have seen the light and said, you know what? It's just not worth it. And they left. They got away from two people, Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Let's give them a round of applause. All right?
One time for the real Republicans, the people that actually care about all people, not just their own.
Tell them. With that being said, what do you say is the step forward for the Republican Party in terms of how to get rid of MAGA? Because I'm curious, are we still splitting the Red Sea?
We have to split the Red Sea. And I'll be honest, at this point right now, we're so outnumbered by the rhinos that it's like that, what I was talking to you about last time. It's like mopping the ocean, trying to clean it up. It's not working.
Well, someone came in the live today. Someone came in the live and they said folks like you You're the real rhino. They are the real Republicans. What do you say to those folks?
Ask them when they became a Republican. Was it before or after Obama?
After. Actually, they voted for Obama, and then they became
exactly. So who became a Republican after the old party? They would be the rhinos. We were always the elephants.
Oh, okay. So listen up, you fake Republicans out there, you rhinos. You're not real Republicans, okay? I'm glad that we got that cleared up today on this live. You're the fake
You
one.
are people. Listen.
They said a rhino.
MAGA supporters are people that became Republicans just for the sake of going against the idea of Barack Obama being in office.
Oh! Did you hear that?
It went from the old David Duke supporters in the Democratic Party to the Tea Party supporters when Obama came into office, and now to MAGA because they found their leader. They could only find one idiot that was popular enough to get their votes, and that was Donald J. Trump.
Woo! You are on fire, Poker Dad! Y'all gonna quit lying one of these days, because the Democrats is catching you and the real Republicans are catching you in your lies. Y'all gonna have to quit lying, okay? Now listen up, Poker Dad. I do gotta wrap it up, my brother, okay?
No worries, man. I appreciate you allowing me up.
All right, no problem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Poker Dad a round of applause. It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. Nicole, nice to see you. Long time no see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how you get me to do it. The show is supposed to only be 1.5 hours. All right, and listen, I get up here at 6:30 a.m., and it's supposed to go 1.5 hours, but you always get me to go past. Thank you, Jen. You always get me to go past my time slot. I don't know why. But, you know, when it's good, it's good. Now listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get up out of here, I want to make sure we address how important it is for all of you to give yourselves a round of applause, because guess what? You survived another show. And on that note, I must depart and tend to these other affairs in the kingdom.
Truth always, the most handsome in the kingdom.
And I really am. Take care!
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus.
Thank you.
Playing with my move when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like you up like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm the god, call me Zeus. I'm flyer than an eagle and got red on me too. Took a long time to get here. I'm feeling brand new. If you living like a bum, get away from me, fool. I got money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you. I can't hang around with you. You fall in love too quick. You a high risk. Nicks all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds. When you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab the goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, man, you such a douche. I try to eat, but you have it like my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm higher than Hades, I'm another room. You say you wanted facts, well, I'm never true. I've been waiting for this moment, now I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool, even though people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a booth. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. Tried to be patient, but you had it like a fuse. Catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my money when I'm moving like Zeus. You thinking that you cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus.
Yeah, you know about me. Jack Smith, he's deranged. Jack Smith, he's deranged. Jack Smith, he's deranged. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. He's deranged. Jack Smith, he's deranged. Jack Smith.
Easy on the beat like Zeus, let's go.
He's deranged.
On the beat like Zeus.
Let's go.
Jack Smith.
See on the beat.
Let's go.
Yeah, you heard about 3.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
He's deranged. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater. Did the FBI do that? Because they also did something where they put documents all over the Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump. They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can to hurt Trump.
And he's a harasser
and an abuser.